All right, let's get this thing going. Let's talk about the Seattle Seahawks. They romped the Colts. What was the final score? 46-18 was that the final score,
Yes,
correct?
yes,
believe
46
so.
to 18.
It didn't look like it was going to end up being that way in the first half. They trailed going into halftime, did they not?
Mm-hmm.
So
18 to 15.
what changed, I guess? I mean, there's kind of obvious, but, what was different?
For me, we kind of talked about this with our example of our game this past weekend. In the NFL, you have good players, even if it's a bad team like the Cleveland Browns, for example, or the Indianapolis Colts in this matter. There are bad teams, but the better teams, they play better for longer, or they stay their course for longer. And like we saw, the Colts, played pretty much a flawless first half is what you have to do in CenturyLink. And they didn't turn the ball over at all in that first half. And once you saw Brissett make his first mistake in the second half, you saw that the Hawks started to pile on. And they just, fed off that. The crowd fed off that energy, and it turned into a blowout. There's a couple highlights right here. I really want to highlight Russell Wilson. He went 21 for 26, 295 yards, 2 touchdowns. I thought, he played a really, really good game. One thing that sucked about this game was the injuries. We have an injury to Cliff Averill that's going to put him out for a few weeks. I know we signed an extra defensive lineman on Monday. And obviously the one to Chris Carson broke his leg. He's going to be out for the season. But now, we brought Eddie Lacy in. This is his chance to step up. He had 11 carries for 52 yards with an average of 4.7 yards per carry. That's a pretty dang good average if you can average over 4.5 yards per carry. You can run him on first down and it be 2nd and 5, hit a little play action. That's going to open up the offense if Lacy can continue that. And I thought the offensive line, just keeps steadily improving, just a couple technique things here and there. And, this offense is really looking up, and the defense is not going to give up however many points they did to the Titans ever again this season.
I don't know about that.
Let's hope not.
Seth, what did you think of the game
Mark my
against
words.
the Colts on Sunday?
I really don't know what to think. The Seahawks have always been a second-half team under Pete Carroll. They pretty regularly come out very slow in the first half, and they did that again Sunday night against the Colts. But like DJ said, the better team is going to play better for longer. Their stars are going to shine through. The weaknesses of the weaker team are going to be exposed. And I think ultimately Pete Carroll and the Seattle offensive and defensive coordinators were able to make those halftime adjustments to just outmatch and overpower the Colts that second half.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of it, really. I mean, yes, 46-18, a very attractive score if you are a Seahawks fan, but at the same time, the Colts are bad. So, I mean, there's not much to take away from it. Also, there were a couple of defensive touchdowns scored by the Seahawks. You take those 14 points away from the final score, and Seattle wins 32-18. Still a pretty handily won football game.